another edition of Stable Scoop. Our subject today, standing behind me, is Santa, or Santiago. He is 19 years old and thinks he's going on 9. He's a registered Oldenburg. He's by Santa Cruz, who was more of jumper lines, and he's out of a thoroughbred mare, who I don't know anything about. We got to know Santa, I think it was probably close to 7 or 8 years ago when he came into the program as a consignment sale horse. And he had been eventing with his owner's daughter for a while. I don't know anything about him prior to that, what his life was like, really, I don't remember. Then she went off to college, and his owner wanted to keep riding and thought, well, I'll keep him and I'll do dressage. And it turned out that Santa wasn't very happy, still just doing dressage. He's a fabulous jumper, and that's what makes him most happy. So she, I think quite wisely, decided to sell him. So he came into the program. I hadn't really been eventing at all at the time. He was kind of the horse that geared me back up again into wanting to do it.
Well, to be fair, actually, when he came into the program, Nicki didn't jump him.
No.
I did.
No, I wanted Dave to jump him. I was getting it.
So I hopped on him, and it was back when we were still at Sunset Hill. Took him around the property, into our cross country field we had there, and into the woods where he had jump set up. And I think after the first jump, you could just tell it was beyond obvious that that's what Santa wanted to do. Is and I'd never been on a horse that jumped with his enthusiasm, with his scope, or the bascule he has. So he has his back cracking bascule over a fence when he is excited, and it almost about threw me out of the tack for a couple weeks that I was jumping him, and then Nicki took back over,
yeah.
And I lost the ride on the horse.
Then I got brave, and Dave made me jump some big stuff on him, and I was like, I'm hooked again. So got him out to some schooling events and some schooling dressage shows. Ended up selling him to a junior rider who rode with a trainer friend of ours, and they had some success, mostly in dressage, because I think eventing at the time with a powerful horse for that particular rider was not confidence building. And she ended up doing first level dressage on him, which was great, and they kept jumping him because they knew that would make him happy. They were extremely respectful of that. Then a couple years went by, and Grace was the young lady that bought him. Her mom, Harleen, got a hold of me and said, hey, she's going off to college and we have to make a plan. And I thought that I had heard maybe he was going to be for sale, but when her mother contacted me, she said, would you guys want him back? And
she knew. I mean, we kept in touch with them after we sold him to her, and she knew that we'd always had a soft spot for him. That we constantly asked about him. It was every couple months we'd reach out and see how they were doing. So when that opportunity came up, we took the trip out to Virginia with a trailer, and I again was the one the guinea pig put back on top of him, and I think within 5 minutes it was okay. He's coming home.
Right. We just wanted to make sure he was the same horse that he had been. But yes, we acquired Santa back, and that was pretty magical and greatly appreciated because he has been really important to our program, especially teaching. He's one of the unicorns, as I call them, and he is currently half leased by Mitch Walker, who competes him at the prelim level, and they are best buddies. Mitch's nickname for him is
Big Sexy.
Big Sexy.
But Mitch and him, I mean, you can see that their relationship. They get along so well.
We're being haunted by the kitten.
It's they trust each other. Both of them give 100% into that relationship, and it shows. With the work they put in, and their flat work, their jumping, their cross country. You watch him go around, and nobody can tell that Mitch is, that last year was his first year running prelim, and no one can tell that this horse is 19. So, like I said, Santa is one of our unicorns. other than Mitch, last year when we were in Aiken, Santa took one of our longest clients' husbands. Is part of our family as well. Took Bob around his very first dressage show.
That's right.
Bob has never shown before. Bob, it was something special that Santa was okay. Was
Happy to
like I said, as great as he is and enthusiastic as he is on cross country and jumping, to watch him tone everything down and take Bob around his very first dressage test was
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
was a special moment. And then also we have another great client, Patty, who also half leases
Yeah, she loves
Santa,
She loves
and
Santa.
those two. It's good. It's like watching a young girl and her very first pony.
Some of Santa's quirks. Now that we've talked about him and his people, he is the girthiest horse you've ever met in your life, and we deal with that because he's worth the rest. He's worth messing with that to have the wonderful horse. So you just have to watch out for the cross ties. And he was like that when I got him in for sale years ago, and you're able to tone it down some, but that's just something he has. It's a bad habit. He'll eat just about anything.
He's a big fan of odd flavored chips,
Yep.
like pizza Pringles. I know he's had beer as well, and
Like I said, pretty much anything crunchy you put in his mouth, he'll eat it.
popcorn.
Yeah, he's funny that way.
Anyway, this is Santa. We appreciate you guys tuning in again. We'll see you in the next episode.